guys, welcome back to today's rumor meal. My name is Astrid and we will be doing a first impressions for new drugstore makeup. Now if you saw our previous video that I did with Tenaj, we went to the drugstore, a Walmart and Target, and bought a whole lot of new drugstore makeup. So this will be my first impressions video. If you want to check out hers, it'll be up probably before this one. So as we have a lot of like face products, lip products, eye products, pretty much like a full face, I'm going to go through it as concisely as I can. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we didn't get eyeshadow primer, so I'm going to actually go in with my Tarte Shape Tape as my eyeshadow base, because coming up next, I'm actually going to try that e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadow. But it has this really beautiful cobalt blue, almost like a shimmer color in there, so I want to make sure I give it a fighting chance. Like I said, this is going to be the e.l.f. bite-sized candy. Now that the primer is on there on our eyes, we're going to go ahead and start out with the lightest shade, which will be up here. I don't think these have names on them. Forgot to mention the name of this. So this is the Sonia Kashuk makeup brush set, and this is the Radiant collection that we got. I'm actually going to put this on my brow bone. I thought the brushes or the bristles themselves would be a little bit softer. They're not horrible, and it's not like scratchy, it's not hard on my skin. The first time I touched one of the face brushes, I thought the eyebrow brushes would have a little bit more of a softer feel, but we're just gonna keep going with it. Okay, I'm gonna take like their tapered blending brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade right up here, which is my perfect blending color. It looks a little bit darker on camera. Really scared anytime I test out new eyeshadows, because I have been burned before where you just go in there and you like try to mash up as much product. So I'm just gonna start out little by little, and this is gonna go right above my crease. Anytime I put down my brush for the first time, you guys, I get so scared because I'm like, okay, where are you going with this? I'm actually pleasantly surprised at that's actually popping out a lot better than I thought. And I'm not even gonna lie, I like this brush. Bristles are longer than usual because it's tapered and the bristles are longer. I feel like I have more of a control over where that color is going. Now that I kind of created that shape a little bit, I think I'm gonna start to bring it into the inner corner. These are actually blending out really nice. We're gonna go in with that really pretty burgundy red shade. Tap off the excess, and like I said, I'm gonna go like a smidge above where that original color was. Okay. I am very impressed. For $3, it's popping right here. And now I'm gonna go in with the shade that probably we all wanted to see the most, which is this really beautiful cobalt blue up here. And I'm going to use the Packer brush from that Radiant collection from Sonia Kashuk. And we're just gonna dip it in here. This one has very short bristles. Bristles. What is bristles? I don't know. For shizzle my bristle. I don't know. So stupid. It has very short bristles, and I can tell it's extremely densely packed. Like, these bristles really aren't moving that much unless you put your finger through it, so we'll see. Ooh, I really like this color! Oh, that is obnoxious. I'm going to stop that right now. It has a sparkle to it, but it's not like that obnoxious sparkle that like gets in your eyes and irritates it. Doesn't feel scratchy. Definitely very easy to move around and blend. I think I kind of wanted to come out a little bit further. I always hold my breath, you guys, because honestly Tenaj has like a beautiful eye shape, and me, I just be like trying to wing it, you know? Some of us have nice eye shapes and some of us figure it out. Alright you guys, so that's pretty much the eye look that I'm gonna go for. I did kind of like a little wing on the side, impromptu, and now we're gonna go in for mascara. So I'm really excited about this one. This is the L'Oreal Bambi Eye Mascara, and I got in the Blackest Black. I always get in the Blackest Black because that's just who I am. And I'm going to go ahead and just curl my lashes. If you're new to the channel, hi, welcome. I have lashes that are very long, but they don't like to do anything I tell them to do, so I have to forcibly tell them what to do by curling my lashes. Ooh. Okay, so some of that blue did get down on my under eye area, but that's okay because, you know, I was meaning to clean that up anyway off camera. Alright, here we go. You know what? Here's the thing. First impression, right? I like it. Do I love it? Not really. But I feel like it's one of those annoying songs that you hear and you're like, oh my gosh, what is that? And then you hear it like for 4 more times and you're like, and then you end up loving it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you know what I mean. So I'm probably gonna end up being one of those situations where I reach for it because I'm trying to test it out more, and then at the end I'm going to be like, I absolutely love the Bambi eye, go get a Bambi eye tomorrow. But right now, it does the job. Yeah, I mean, I still have my Ride or Die Neutrogena Hydro Boost mascara that I love, so I do feel like this is going to be a good runner-up for it, but I have a hunch that I'm going to end up loving this with more uses, so just tune back for that. Alright, so now that I've done that, I'm actually going to go off camera and do my other eye and put on one of the Ardell Wispies lashes, and I'll come back with the rest of the drugstore products. Okay? Alright you guys, so I'm back with my lashes on, and I do want to make a comment because this is a new product for me. They are the Ardell Wispies, and we bought the 5-pack, so the reason I really like them is because they are beginner friendly, right? For someone that struggles like me, it was so easy to put it on my eye. I felt like the band wasn't flimsy. It was sturdy enough, but it wasn't like super thick and hard to kind of manipulate onto the eye. Overall, I think they look like dramatic effect, and I don't feel like they overwhelm my overall eye shape, so these would be something that I think would be maybe a good thing to pick up in the future. Aside from that, I did forget to put on the e.l.f. glitter eyeshadow. This one was $5, and it just kind of matched that shade that was in the bite size eyeshadow kit, so I'm just gonna put it in the center of my eye and see if I like this or not. I love the Stila glitter eyeshadows, so this is hopefully gonna be a dupe. If it's not, then it's not a big deal, but I like to save my money where I can. I'm just gonna put it in the middle. I know there's glitter in here, it just doesn't look like that cheap packed on glitter. It looks more of a wet effect almost. Oh, hold on, what is that? It took away my eyeshadow. What? I'm guessing I need to keep my eye like this as it dries because it's so wet. You know what, they do say to apply this sometimes with your finger. Let me try that on the other eye. I think it's better with your finger instead of straight out of the applicator, because the applicator it's more convenient, right? Because it's smaller than your finger to apply. But close up on this eye, I can actually see where, yeah, as it's drying up, I can see like the part where it took away my eyeshadow. So now it looks like I have a little missing product area right there, which is fine if you're far away from me, but you know, people get up close and try to be judgmental on your life, so that wouldn't really work out great. Anyways, we're just gonna move on to the rest of the face, and I'm going to use a primer now. This is going to be the Neutrogena Glow Primer and Serum from their Hydro Boost line. And the reason I got this, you guys, is because I have a dry skin and I have sensitive skin, so it's like the best of both worlds. Cue Hannah Montana. But this was really good for dry skin, and I was curious to try it out because it has hyaluronic acid, which is like just a dream ingredient if you have really dry skin. So it comes in a like dropper, which is not my favorite. First thing I'm noticing, it has no fragrance in it, which is really good. I hate products that have fragrance in it. My skin around my cheeks, you'll just see it get like a lot redder tint, and it's just not cute. So far, this has more of a, I was expecting it to be a little bit more gel-like. It feels more watery, which is fine. So I was reading the instructions on the internet about that product because, funny enough, sometimes we don't read how to apply products properly. And it said to wait about 2 minutes and then put on your foundation. So I'm gonna give it 2 minutes, but while I do that, I'm gonna actually go into my eyebrows. And I have 2 new products here. So the first one is the NYX Professional Makeup Fill and Fluff eyebrow pencil, like this. This one's not new, you guys, so don't totally chew me out in the comment section. It's new to me. I'm gonna use the Sonia Kashuk brush from that Radiant collection. What this brush looks like. The side of the pencil that has the actual pomade formula in it, and then the other side is this brush. I don't know about that, but we'll try it on the other eyebrow. This color is an espresso, so hopefully this matches up, and if it doesn't, we'll just have to make it work. Oh yeah, I'm gonna like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it now. Definitely like this. It's not dragging. Like I said, that's my biggest complaint with eyebrow pencils, is for it to drag and for it to not have enough pigmentation when I'm trying to draw those strokes in. This is a little brush, and see how this works out. Let me give it a fighting chance, okay? Because right now I'm giving it the side eye. Well, I definitely think this is really good for blending. Don't know if I would really use this to comb out my hairs to start out with. So I'm going to take back what I said about this maybe not being the perfect one to groom. This is actually doing a pretty good job. Alright you guys, so I went ahead and finished up both brows. I honestly like this one a lot better than my Maybelline one that I've been using for like ever. I think that might replace it, but you know, I feel like I'm leveling up here. Sometimes you think something's really good and then you try something else and you're like, what was I doing this whole time? The next eyebrow product we have to try is the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt Mascara Gel. Probably can't tell that much on camera, but this is not the right color at all. So far, don't have any complaints on that one whatsoever, except for the fact that it was human error and I got the wrong color. Okay, so now that it's been a little bit over 2 minutes, right, we're gonna go in with foundation. And this is the new one, you guys, from Wet n Wild. This is their dewy version of the OG, which is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. And if you're curious, my color is golden beige, so it has the exact same packaging as the original. Has that same like paddle packaging. I like to make little dots. I tend to lose my foundation throughout the day, like around this general area. So I'm starting to really pay attention and just put a little bit more focus in that area. The finish is beautiful. It's very buildable. So if you're somebody that's, you know, some days you want like medium coverage, but then some days you have to, you know, do the most and do like full coverage, you can definitely build it up with this foundation, which I really like and appreciate. And it's economical, which hey, if you can save more money, do you, boo. Now I'm gonna go in with the Sonia Kashuk foundation brush. Looks like this from the Radiant collection. I don't even have to get to the other side of the face. I can already tell that this has a really beautiful dewy finish. You guys, I dropped a brush. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have dry skin, if you like to save your coins, I'm not gonna say anything else, okay? I'm just gonna move on. Now that we've done foundation, we're gonna go in with concealer. This is probably one of my favorite steps of makeup, and this is the new e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Oh, let me focus. There you go. And my color is in light beige, or, you know, I hope that's my color. We'll have to see. So far, as far as packaging goes, I immediately noticed it looks exactly like the Tarte Shape Tape. So I like to do more of the Jackie Aina trick where I leave it on there for about 30 seconds to a minute. And then I'll go in and blend it in. But I'm using the e.l.f. Camo sponge, I think is what it's called. It's specifically made for this concealer, so we're just gonna work on that. Oh, okay, I really like the sponge. Yes. Wow, that's really light on your skin and very bouncy. Okay. I actually don't have new bronzer from the drugstore. I actually couldn't find any that I liked. So I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this is in the color Deep Bronzer. And I'm going to use like a really big face powder brush from the Sonia Kashuk Radiant collection. This was the first brush that I touched in this collection, and I was like, oh, this is about to be smooth, so here we go. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, this feels like a dream. Alright. Honestly, it feels so good. I kind of want to keep using it. Like, I don't want to stop. Alright, end the video. Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie. I gotta take out my jitters because I'm about to use a new product, and this is the e.l.f. Cream Blush. I have not used cream blushes since I was literally in high school. So we will see how this goes. I'm actually going to apply it straight from the tube. Okay. Not horrible, not horrible. Now, I feel like this color would look absolutely amazing on a little bit deeper skin tones than mine. Definitely would look beautiful on Tenaj. Not to say that it doesn't look beautiful on me, I just feel like it looks a little rosacea-ish. I'm so used to using powder blushes that I really didn't think about giving these a chance, but I'm glad I did. If I'm going for a more natural look, this would be really pretty. So now we're gonna go into highlighters, and I got the Wet n Wild Highlight Bling, and it comes just like this. Now the cool thing about this is it's a blush lighter. I love how Wet n Wild is just coming out with stuff just new to them, like, hey, blush lighter. So I'm actually going to use this pink shade first just to see how that looks. And I'm going to use this brush from the Sonia Kashuk Radiant collection. This looks more of like a highlighting brush. If I've learned anything about Wet n Wild these days is not doubt that product, because sometimes this product be super pigmented. Alright, so I'm gonna keep it real. I absolutely adore this. And I know I like something a lot if in my head immediately I'm thinking I need to get more shades. And that's exactly what I just thought of. I will use the more lighter shade on my other cheek just to see what that looks like. Ooh. That's what I'm talking about. You have to go in really, really light-handed because now it just looks like I had a brush stroke. Definitely a lot brighter. I'm really liking this look. I hope nothing messes it up. The next step is going to be lips, and the first product I have, I've been talking about getting a lip scrub for like ever, and I finally picked one up. This is again from e.l.f. Killing it. And this is in the color Sweet Cherry. There's also one called Brown Sugar if you are more into that scent. But I really wanted something that was easy to go, that I can put in my bag, that I can use before lip application because I don't like looking crusty crab-like on my lips, especially when I go in with a more matte lip product. Yep, this legit feels like sandpaper. At first I doubted it, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, ooh. I was just a newbie. I was a noob to the product. Alright, yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, it did its job. You know, my lips feel a little bit more moisturized now and they don't feel as cracked as they did before. Alright, so my lip product is the Maybelline New York Superstay Ink Crayon, and this one is Live on the Edge, or number 5. This is what it looks like. Love the Superstay line from Maybelline. It's absolutely great. And I'm a huge fan of lip crayons. I actually got the cosmetics line Bite. They have a really, really good lip crayon that I absolutely adore, but it's like $24. And anything that's less, I'm all for it. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that this is a good dupe for that one. I can tell there's little spaces though that it doesn't get the right product in there. So while I'm waiting for that to kind of dry and see if it has any changes, I'm gonna look back on my eyes. And yep, I could definitely tell right here. When I applied that e.l.f. glitter shadow straight from the applicator, it took away some of my eyeshadow that was already on there. So now I just have like this gaping hole right there. Okay, so this side looks a little bit better, but it's definitely, I don't like the way it looks as it dries up. I feel like it looks very crusty, so definitely wouldn't be a dupe for my Stila one. Alright you guys, so now that we have the entire face on, I'm gonna go ahead and set it with the Milani Make It Last Matte Setting Spray. So that was really nice. It feels very refreshing on the face. I will say this. There were some hits, there were some misses. I definitely wanted to love these little $5 e.l.f. glitter shadows because I really wanted them to be a dupe for the Stila ones. But I really don't think I'm going to reach for that just because it was so watery and I truly did not like the finish of it. So I really can't recommend that. The one thing that I truly did love the most was, of course, the Wet n Wild Dewy foundation and the e.l.f. hydrating concealer. This was amazing. This blending sponge is amazing. I will definitely reach for that a lot. One of the biggest surprises that I had was actually this NYX pomade pencil. I did not think I was gonna like this little brush end, and I ended up really loving it. The pomade pencil itself was so creamy and smooth. This is definitely going to be a go-to for me, and it just encourages me to try out like more products. I will say the Radiant Collection line from Sonia Kashuk is an absolutely beautiful, just an amazing brush set that you could buy. This was 10 brushes for 40 bucks, so you really can't ask for a better deal from the drugstore. Things that I kind of had an intuition that I would like, which is the e.l.f. cream blush and the Wet n Wild highlighter or blush lighter. Those ended up coming up to par with what I thought they were going to be, and they were really, really nice finishes, so I really liked that. Of course, you guys heard me talk about the Bite eyeshadow. I will definitely be buying more of these colors just because I thought the pigmentation was beautiful. Color stories are really, really nice, and it's $3, which is not bad at all. The mascara. I like the mascara. I feel like it's going to be one of those that I end up loving, but I didn't fall in love with it during this video, but you know, maybe in the future. I'll have to try out more of these products, the Neutrogena primer and the Milani setting spray, to get a true sensation of whether or not that would be like a go-to product for me. But overall, I would say about 90% of the products I really loved, and maybe like 2 or 3 things were my favorite. Alright you guys, so that pretty much brings us to the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this first impressions on drugstore makeup. Definitely some hits and misses. If you have any feedback on this, if you feel like I should try something else from the drugstore, if you tried one of these products and hated it or loved it, you know, just let us know down below, and we like that feedback from you guys. Like always, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you got this far, you might as well just subscribe and join the Glam Fam and the NEWNew family here on YouTube. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media. If you know us by now, we are most active on our Instagram page, and that's at RUMORMEAL, RUMORMEAL. We also are on Twitter. We are on Facebook. We also have our own lookbook, so if you want to look into that, that would be amazing. Make sure you stay tuned, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. See you guys later. Bye.